Hey,
Welcome back to the Grown Up Kids Podcast.
let's go.
Oh yeah, I had to
back.
go again. I'm really sorry. Anyway,
Mm.
swallowed.
I swallowed it.
That's crazy. I wanted to tell you,
Yeah.
this isn't gonna be that cool to you,
Okay.
but it's cool to me.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Kate and I went and played pickleball.
Okay.
We always play 3 games because it's like best 2 out of 3. Kate,
1v1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caden always gets the overall dub because I only ever win 1 game out of the 3. That's always
Because you
what
get
happens.
tired, or
No, he's just better than me.
got it.
And it's not always the first game that I win. It's just I always end up winning 1 of the 3.
Right.
This week.
Which means you win one of the first 2 every time.
Not necessarily.
Oh, you always play 3 games.
We always play 3 no matter
Got
what.
it. It's not best of 3. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
always
got it.
just
Keep
play
going.
3.
Keep going.
But yesterday, we had the best game that we have ever had, to where we had to go to, I had to win at 15 points because we kept getting
What does it normally go to?
11.
Okay.
But then it's like win by 2
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
both get close.
Yeah.
Or the same. So we had to go all the way back and forth till I got 15 and he had 13.
Nice.
It was such a good game. And then the second game, I won 11-2.
Whoa.
Yeah, smoked him.
Wow.
And then the second game, he won 10-6. But like I had 6 for
Third
the first
game. Yeah.
I had 6 for like the first half of the game.
Let's go. That's actually sick.
I was feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think that was my original question is like, okay, if
you win the first 2, do you play a third?
Well, no, just more like if you're capable of winning one of the 3 consistently every week, you're also capable of winning 2 of the 3, even if Caden is better.
Yeah.
Which I don't doubt, just because he is super athletic. And
I
really
guess actually
coordinated,
sometimes I don't win one. Sometimes he does just like sweep.
Sweep all 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
but-
All right. Well, I was
But
just gonna say,
most of the time I win at least 1 game.
yeah. When I asked like, because you were like, because Caden's better, and I was like, okay, I get that. But
Yeah,
if you're
he is.
consistently winning one, then you could win 2. Like that's
Right.
not like out
Yesterday
of the realm
I
of
like
possibility.
broke the threshold
Yeah,
of like
there
always
we go.
losing. So I'm feeling pretty good.
No, that's actually really nice. Great job.
Caden was like,
Let's
I was
freaking go.
scared you were gonna win all 3. I was like, I was
I
feeling pretty
dare
good.
not be swept.
I
Yeah,
was
that's
feeling
so
pretty
real.
good. And then Bananagrams the other day, we played huge board to the point where Caden's board was intersecting mine, and I was like, I need those letters.
Wow.
Like, you got to move your stuff over. And he was like, but it's like where I need to put that word. And I was like, well, what do we do? Because
Yeah,
I need
who
those letters.
wins? Because both people
But
need it.
It ended up working out. But I said banana split or whatever the moment he put his last tile.
Oh,
And he
snap.
was like, well, I'm done too. And I was like, I said it first. I think I won. It was pretty good.
Dang, that's so tough.
Yeah. But that's usually what happens like
Is
every
that
time.
is that what you have to say? Banana split? See,
Yeah.
I'm not usually.
Well, I always like sometimes I just say done. But
yeah.
technically I think the word is banana split
My
in the rules.
brain just would say done or this or you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like that in that game where you're supposed to say like peel. Like I remember the first couple times I played, I was not saying peel every time.
Really?
I think I was yelling draw.
Oh,
Draw.
yeah, I know. I say peel.
Which like makes sense. Like yell and draw makes sense, but
Yeah.
then that's not like it's like not the official term.
my gosh.
Yeah. I gotta play some bananagrams. I wanna play so that when we play I'll be on it. I think one of the first times I ever played bananagrams was with Caden in Kansas City.
Really?
Him and Hannah. And then there might have been someone else that played with us.
It's funny because the first time I played the game, I played with the couple I lived with in California, Abby and Isaac. And Isaac was really, really good at it. Like stupid good. And I had not played once. So I was like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And he was just sitting there like peel. And so I was like,
Yeah.
I hate this game.
Yeah,
Like this is
frick.
frustrating. And then I don't remember. I think I played again. I don't remember when I played again. Maybe with
It's a great
Caden
game.
and his family.
It's a great game.
I
really like
I
it.
played in Kansas City or in Missouri with Caden's family when I went with them for Christmas.
I love gaming families.
And yeah, and then his family's also a gaming family.
I love gaming
And I was
families.
like, wait,
So much fun.
this actually is fun.
Yeah, game's fire.
And then I was like, hold up. I like this game. And now I like want to play it every day.
Let's go.
So
Yeah,
You just got to find the right game for you.
I really want to play some pickleball. I wanted to play against you guys the other day.
Oh, yeah.
But you guys finished up before I got the chance.
Yeah. We can play some pickleball at some point.
Nobody wants to play me. Everyone's scared. It's fine.
I didn't even know it was an option to play you.
Everyone's scared to play me. I get it.
I've never even seen you play pickleball. I'm sure you're good. You're good at every game type thing you do.
Say it again. I'm just kidding.
Like, really?
Say it again.
You
Good at
really
everything.
need that validation?
No, I already know. Yeah, you're right. But I played pickleball a bunch back in the day, like years before it was like kind of
yeah. I remember
popular
you saying that at some point.
But it was fun. Had a good time. Played Levi. And
Levi's yeah, I do remember you talking about
freak,
this before.
And
yeah.
I did.
One of our friends from Wisconsin.
Yeah, and he's a freak at everything he does. Like, I'm pretty much good at every game I play, but I don't come close to Levi at every game he plays. Like, man, I never met anybody like Levi. Honestly, Levi and Michael Olson. Yeah, the two of them, bro. It's
two Wisconsin boys. Well, I guess Levi's not really a Wisconsin boy.
Not really. We just knew him while he lived there.
Yeah.
But those two are like the two people I feel like on earth that could probably pretty consistently beat me at anything that I play them in. Most likely anyways. And yeah, played Levi in pickleball. We played a bunch of games though, and I did finally get him, and I felt like on top of the world. I was like, let's freaking go.
That's awesome.
Like, so I feel like it's been a few years, but I feel like it would take me a game.
No.
I feel like I could beat any of you.
I will say Kaden and I play on a tennis court because...
Is that better or worse?
I, for whatever reason, really like playing on a tennis court.
Is it because the way the ball bounces better or worse?
No. That part's not different.
Oh.
It's just the lines and the size is different.
Oh, okay.
But because like in a pickleball court, there's the kitchen, which is that front line.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you can only go into the kitchen if a ball was bounced in the kitchen, like from the opposite team. Like you can only hit from that area if it was hit into that area on your side. You can't like go in there and like spike one every single time or something unless it was already bounced in that area.
Yeah.
And so there isn't that when you play on a tennis court, and the court is much bigger. So I will say that anytime I've gone to a pickleball court, I always have to like readjust because I'm used to like being able to hit it a lot farther.
Yeah.
And it not going out of bounds.
Got it.
But I just feel like Kate and I are getting pretty good. Like we had some serious like back and forth.
I feel like I'm wrong when I say this, to be fair, but I just say it because it's like it's just who I am. I could probably beat all of you. I'm better than all of you. But I do feel like I'm probably wrong.
I think if you're playing like on a team, maybe
Oof, yeah.
the other people would like even it out. But probably if you're one-on-one, you definitely beat me.
I want to play Caden really badly because
he is pretty quick.
It would be I feel like it'd just be a good match. Also, me and Caden in pretty much anything has been a good match for the entire time I've known him.
He's pretty fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes he makes me mad. And then sometimes he'll be losing so bad all of a sudden, and I'm like, are you doing this on purpose? I ask every single time. I'm like, are you letting me win on purpose? Because if you are, I'm going to be so mad. And he's like, you say that every time. And I'm like, I just have to make sure. Like, because if you're letting me win on purpose, I'm going to be so angry.
Yeah, I'm be pissed.
And he's like, no, I'm just like whiffing. Like, I'm not doing good. I'm like, okay, better not be.
Let the man have a bad game, okay?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I always check,
I really want to play. It'd be a good time.
It would be fun, yeah.
All right, well, song of the week, eh?
Yeah.
And then we got some stories to tell about Cedar Point.
Yeah.
Since we're going tomorrow.
Yeah, we are going tomorrow, and I'm very excited. My song of the week, I'm going to leave my tea there. My song of the week is Fly by Joe, DJO. Like Joe Keery.
The Joe.
From the new album.
Yeah. Yep. I don't think I know the song off the top of my head, but I know I've listened to it because I listened to the album.
Yeah, it's one of the slower ones, but it's really good.
Okay. Yeah, I remember liking the album a lot.
It's super good. I can guarantee you he's going to be in my top 5 for Spotify this year.
Wow. Yeah,
I listen to it like
time.
Every week.
I haven't taken the time to like know the album yet or like know the song titles yet, but I listened to it maybe one time through or maybe like a time and a half or something. I was like, I like this. It's really good.
It is good.
Yeah. My song of the week, I've really only listened to Father Figure the whole week, pretty consistently on repeat. So my song of the week this week is just going to be the other song that I listen to the most. So Father Figure.
Nice.
The title track.
Nice.
So last week it was Oblivious. This
Oh,
week
you know what? I should
Father
just go
Figure.
add those into our playlist right now because I always forget.
Let's go. I meant to say this on the podcast last week, but the song Oblivious by John Bellion
Was
on
that
his
last
new
week's?
album called Father Figure.
Was that last? Okay.
Yes. The song Oblivious sounds like, the vibe of it sounds like kind of this 90s. I don't know exactly how to describe it because I'm not like a connoisseur with my words, but it sounds like a 90s. Let me just put it to you this way. We grew up watching the movie Jungle to
I
Jungle.
knew you were going to. I was just waiting for you to
I
bring
know
that
I
up.
have to say this on the podcast. I have to do it. We grew up watching the movie Jungle to Jungle. Tim Allen, Martin Short, a hilarious Disney movie from the 90s.
It is great.
It's actually really
Great
good. It's
movie.
very underrated. It should have way more of like a fandom
For
around
sure.
it because it's solid. Some really iconic lines. I will say that. Some very iconic quotable lines.
Very cool.
So Jungle to Jungle, I don't know what it is. I think it's kind of some of those songs that are playing, especially when like the one of the main characters, he's like a boy from a South
Like a
American tribe in the
developing
Amazon, and he comes to New York. He's like waltzing around New York City doing his thing, exploring. People are like, who is this guy? Why is he dressed this way? Yada, yada. I don't know if it's because of that, the music throughout that part of the movie, the vibe, but the song Oblivious feels like it belongs to that movie. I thought this from the first moment I listened to the song Oblivious. I was like, wow, that sounds like it belongs in Jungle to Jungle. Got that 90s vibe. Really good. Some of my favorite music. Then the revelation hit me. This is just, I'm just going to be honest. I'm saying this on a podcast for one person only. I don't think he'll ever see it, but this is for John. Okay?
John who?
Bellion.
Oh,
This is for John.
we know a good amount of John, so I was like, which one? Like, who are you talking about?
This is just for his benefit, but the song Oblivious gave me vibes like it belonged in Jungle to Jungle. It was after the fact, and maybe it was subconscious, I don't know, but it was after the fact that I realized Oblivious being on the Father Figure album, and it's an album all about fatherhood and choosing to be a dad over like some of the fame or the struggles or like the temptations that come with that stuff. And the value of life as a father is way greater than the value of life as anything else.
Dang. Preach.
Right. The album is incredible. John Bellion
Aw.
is someone who's just so transparent and vulnerable, and I love that.
Yeah.
Like what he said in that one interview with, I can't remember. I think his name is George.
George
He's a-
Schenko?
Yes, thank you. I couldn't remember. Famous like podcast type guy, I think. But he said it on that podcast like interview,
George
like
Schenko.
right at the end too. But he just gets really vulnerable. Big John Bellion fan. Point is, Jungle to Jungle is a movie all about fatherhood. It's all about Tim Allen as a father realizing all
He
these
wants
other
to
things
be
in
a
life,
father.
right? All these other things in life are just less important than having a connection with my son, Mimi Siku. So the fact that I felt that way about the song, and like my brain went there, and then it was like, oh shoot, the connection of like fatherhood. I was tripping.
Maybe
It was-
John Bellion's seen Jungle to Jungle.
Here's the thing about John Bellion. I could be wrong here. I don't know, but I feel like it's almost a guarantee that he has seen Jungle to Jungle. I don't know what it is about John Bellion's vibe. It's the fact that he's
giving Jungle to Jungle.
no, but it's the fact that like that movie came out in I think it was 1997. I think because I just looked it up after I've been thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like it came up in that era. John Bellion, I think, is just a hair older than me. I think maybe a few years older than me. Whatever. I'm 30, so it's like
Wait,
It's
he's
in that-
definitely got to be older than you.
I'm sure
Right?
but to me, I'll just be honest. He seems like he's probably like 35.
34.
34. I'm so close.
Dang.
I should know this as a
His
fan. but
birthday's
it's
the
not a
day
big
after
deal.
Christmas.
So that's the thing, right? 34. That means he was born in like 1990.
Yeah.
Maybe 89.
No, it's 1990.
Man, I'm so good at math.
December 26, 1990.
Oh, I did know that actually. That's okay. Duh. Okay. Anyways, 12/26,
Why are you saying
1990.
duh? Why do you know that?
Well, if you were a fan, you'd get it.
Oh, is it like in a song or something?
It's not. If you were a fan, you'd get it.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways. He would have been 7 years old when that movie came out. He would have been in like his young childhood, early teen years when that movie would have been something that like he saw on like a VHS or whatever.
True.
I feel like there's a very good chance that my man knows the movie.
Good chance.
And I just want to say, John, if you happen to see a clip about this or hear this or whatever, I just want to say, great job. Great job. You inspire me. I appreciate you. I really do. I actually do mean it. I'm not being
facetious.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be like cheesy or like fake about it. Like,
No,
I'm
yeah,
actually
you're
being
for
serious.
Seth, I've heard this spiel already about 3 times.
About Oblivious.
Yeah.
And the link to Jungle.
Yeah, so he's not joking.
Yeah, I actually watched Jungle this week after. I'm not even joking. I watched it this week after because I was just like, oh, what a movie. Like,
what a movie.
It is a great movie. It's like one of my all-time favorites.
It is good. It is
It's like
good.
heartwarming.
It's just funny.
The same way that the album Father Figure is heartwarming is the same way that Jungle as
is
a
heartwarming.
movie is
You
heartwarming.
are right. It's really good.
Let's go.
You know what I watched this week?
Yeah.
Top Gun.
Ooh.
Because Caden's never seen it, and I really want to show him Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Because that is such a good movie.
God
forbid I stumble.
No, I know. It's just funny.
I'm just kidding. I do the same
thing.
thing. But yeah, and we were watching Top Gun, and I was like, man, the original's so good. I forgot how good it is.
It is phenomenal. I do think when I watched it, I was expecting more action.
Yeah.
And that was just my first watch through. I was expecting more action. It was years ago.
But also, like, when it came out, it was like, what, the 80s?
And that's the thing is, like, when
90s?
it came... Yeah, I think it was late 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it came out, that was a decent amount of action.
Yeah.
Pretty intense. And then I watched it later, and I was like, okay, like, it doesn't have a ton of action. But I was like, even the action that it does have, it's actually pretty intense.
It's
like,
the
whole, like...
Great movie. Goose.
Well, just the whole part in the end where it's like these jets from Russia, right?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, it's like or Germany or something. It was something. But these jets from this other country that are threatening, and they got to go up there and like make it happen. I was like, actually, this is pretty thrilling.
With Iceman.
Yeah.
No, and I like now it makes me because Val Kilmer's passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So recently.
Mm-hmm.
Now watching it is like extra sad.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started Top Gun Maverick yesterday, and then we went and played pickleball, so we didn't finish it.
Oh yeah.
But we got like just enough into where like he goes into Top Gun again, and there's like the picture of Val Kilmer on the wall, and then the picture of him and Val Kilmer like when they were young, shaking hands and stuff like that. And I was like, man, this is like actually sad.
Yeah.
Because then in the Top Gun Maverick, he like doesn't talk because he had the like throat cancer or whatever. For real, like in real life.
Yeah.
So his character didn't say anything. He just like typed and like he was in the movie. But
yeah,
now it's sad that he's like actually gone. He's such a good actor.
I can't
Val
remember him in much else, even though I know
was
he's been in lots.
The movie The Doors, which is like the movie is about the band The Doors. He plays the lead singer.
Okay. Yep.
Which also, my friend Sadie, her dad was in that movie as an extra.
No way.
Yeah, he's like sitting in like a film class or something in the background as a student because I think they filmed it like on like their campus or something.
Wow,
like that.
That's sick.
I don't know, but I remember watching it, and then she was like, oh my gosh, yeah, my dad was in that, and showed a clip, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But anyway.
That's wild.
Yeah, he's in that. And then there's another movie called Top Secret that I watched. It's kind of like The Naked Gun and Airplane and like that kind of genre of comedy.
Yeah.
And he's in that, and I watched it with Beth. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah,
always those kinds of movies with our Wisconsin family. But I watched it with Beth and my mom and maybe somebody else. I don't remember, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I would watch that.
But he is a really great actor.
I don't think I've seen it, but
I don't think you have either because it's like really wacky. You would remember it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I have heard of it though. Like it, as soon as you said it, it rang a bell.
Yeah.
I have not watched it. I have not seen it.
Yeah, it's really weird, but it's great. Anyway,
I had something else about Top Gun, but it's gone, so we're gonna move on. Yeah,
I will say though about Top Gun, Kate and I were saying this as we were watching it because we like relatively recently watched all of Mission Impossible besides the newest one, and Tom Cruise in Top Gun, he looks so different.
So different.
Something about his face is, and I know like he's probably had a little bit of work done
it's
or
definitely
something.
His teeth.
Okay, that's what I was wondering because like he looks so much more like sweet and charming and like he looks just so much more like cute normal in Top Gun, and now like in everything else I'm like, why do you look so like serious and different? Like I don't know what it is, but it was just something like so different about his face in Top Gun versus any other movie I've ever seen him in.
Yeah, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I feel like it has something to do with his teeth.
I do think it does because his teeth looked, Caden even said that, his teeth look more like just normal people teeth in Top Gun. Like they're not like perfectly straight or anything. They just look like
yeah,
normal teeth.
Yeah.
And I think
clear,
now he probably has had like a lot done to where they look all like perfectly straight and like maybe they're veneers or something.
I can't remember his teeth in Top Gun being like bad or anything.
It's not bad. It's just that they're not like.
It's just like I can actually just picture in my head like him and him smiling in Top Gun versus him doing that in anything else. And I feel like it's the teeth, but maybe I'm wrong.
I kind of think you're right.
I'm a huge Tom Cruise fan though, as far as like just his movies and the things.
I am too. I just don't necessarily know if I'm a huge fan of him as a person.
I don't know enough about him.
He's
as
just
a person.
so big into Scientology. He's like the king of Scientology.
Yeah,
and,
I mean everybody's got whatever they believe in.
Yeah, but that's like a cult. Like it's weird.
Like yeah,
Mom. Yeah, I only know because our mom gets like really weirdly into certain random things.
Was that the thing that Leah
Remini or whatever, Remini or whatever? Yes, and that's what I was referencing.
And then she got out of, and then she was like,
and then she had a show where she was like exposing a bunch of it, and our mom watched that, and our dad. And
I remember Mom talking about that a couple
years
ago.
everything they said about it made it out to seem like it is really
purely
bad.
Evil, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Tom Cruise teeth.
Tom Cruise teeth.
I am looking it up. But like look how different he looks. He just looks so much more normal. And then he just like stops looking normal.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he looks not
normal
now.
Or is that Photoshop?
I don't think he looks abnormal now.
I don't think he looks abnormal,
with
but like
his teeth are now.
It's different than just like aging. Something is different.
I don't know.
But it's not just age.
I don't know
what it is. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, I guess.
I can't put my finger on it. I don't really know.
I really want to go see the new Mission Impossible though.
Same, and I know someone that went and saw it as a middle school kid, and even they, as a middle school kid, they were like, the movie was amazing. Now, I don't know why they would say that, but like, dang.
I'm like trying to figure out, did I even watch Dead Reckoning?
If you didn't, what were you doing?
It was pretty sick. Positive that I did when Kaden and I watched all of them.
It was pretty awesome.
Yes, I did. Okay, I did watch it. You know how I know?
How?
Letterboxd.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's the one on the train with Palm from Guardians that plays Mantis. Yes, I did watch that. I did watch that for sure. Because she's in Final Reckoning. Asian girl with like she played Mantis, but in Dead Reckoning she had like whitish, really light hair.
I can't remember.
She was like the assassin that was kind of trying to kill him, but then he saves her on the train, like right at the end.
Can't remember.
Anyway,
I don't really remember Dead Reckoning's details. I gotta watch it again. I think I've only watched it once, maybe twice.
Yeah, I only watched it once recently.
So good though.
Yeah.
Man, I just remember loving it. Also, the whole storyline of the last 3 movies before Final Reckoning was so solid. Oh my gosh.
Fallout. The one with Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Is the one before that even?
It was good.
Yeah, what was that called again? It was Rogue Nation.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nice job.
Man, thank you. I know my Mission
I have a
Impossible
piece of
movies.
information for you you're going to really enjoy. I started Andor again with Caden.
Let's go. Season 1.
Yeah. We're in
on
like
now.
episode like 4, I think, right now.
Let's go. You're getting there. You're getting there. Episode, I think it's 10. Greatest TV episode I've ever seen in my life.
They're really short. In a way that I enjoy. Like, I feel like a lot of the shows we've been watching recently, it's like at least an hour. And
I don't
some
like
of them are
short, but
I don't know why, but I think it's like because I can get through a lot in like one group of time.
yeah, sad. But yeah, I get it.
Like in a good way. Like
Yeah.
I'm enjoying watching this, and it's
Yeah.
not hard to keep going because they're not super long.
I cannot wait for you to see Andor season 2.
I'm
What's
very
funny
excited.
is when it came out in the 3 episode chunks, because you do realize that, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
The first 3 episodes is 4 BBY. The next 3 episodes 3 BBY, 2 BBY, 1 BBY, or it might be 3, 2, 1, like 0, basic. It would be.
So I haven't really fully experienced that yet.
I
Then
think it's
because
4, 3, 2. I think
we
it's
watched
right
the
way.
first 3, and then the 4th one we watched, but it was Sunday, and both of us fell asleep basically the moment the 4th episode started, and woke up in enough time to go to the thing that we were all at on Sunday night.
Oh, okay.
So neither of us saw any of it, which is
episode 4.
kind of nice because then we could both just watch the
Yeah.
full thing over
Well,
again.
season 1 is not like that, but season 2
Oh,
is.
you're saying only season 2.
Season 2, they released them in 3
Oh,
episode chunks,
I didn't know
and
that.
they like
Okay.
they're like a year later each time.
Okay,
So-
gotcha. I thought you meant season 1.
When I was watching it in the chunks that they released it, part of me was frustrated, especially in the first 3 episodes, of just kind of feeling like, did you really need to tell me this story? Did you need to take 3 episodes to kind of tell me the story? Like, I feel like you probably could have used 3 episodes. You could have like touched on this for a second and then moved
and
me
then
on.
moved on.
But knowing then what happens in like the next chunk,
Yeah.
it was actually like really masterfully done. And so for you getting to watch them, like kind of binge watch them
Yeah.
at whatever point you do that, it's probably going to be a little bit better of an experience for you than what I was thinking originally. So
Cool. So yesterday, well, part of the funny thing was like when we started Andor, Caden was like, "Who is this guy?" And I was like, "It's
What?
Cassian Andor from Rogue One." And he was like, "I don't know if I've seen that one." And I was
Oh
like,
my
"Excuse
gosh.
me?" And then
excuse me.
oh my gosh, I haven't heard that in a long time. But then he was like, "No, I have seen it. I just don't remember it very well, whatever." So then yesterday, I don't remember why this came up, but I said something about like, I think I maybe quoted something from Star Wars and was like, "Do you know what that's from?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What is it from?" And he was like, "Star Wars." And I was like, "Okay." And then he like said something. He was like, "I know that." And I think I made some joke about like, well, out of the two of us, like, I definitely know Star Wars better than you. And he was like, I don't know. And but he knows that I do. He will fully say it. He just was messing with me. But I was like, "Oh, really? Name all the movie titles." And he was like, A New Hope is one of them. And I was like, "Yeah." "Which one is it?" And he was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Can you say them in order?" And he was like, "Well, like, what are the new ones?" And I was like, "Okay, just name the 3 newest." Like the 3.
Episodes 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. And he was
the
like,
ones that don't exist.
"The Force Awakens." And I was like, "Yep." And he was like, eventually he got to The Last Jedi. And then he was trying to guess. He still never guessed the last one, which we both know.
Yeah.
But he was like, something about Jedi, Empire Strikes Again. And I was like,
Oh.
no.
Yikes.
Which, like, he was kind of joking. He was like, "I know that I know it." And I was like, this alone proves that I know more than you. He was like, "Yeah, but I'm thinking." I was like, "But I don't have to think.
Yeah.
It's just there."
I don't have to think.
And he was
That's
like,
so
he's like,
funny.
"Something about the Sith." And I was like, "No." He was
Nah.
like, "Droid." "No." "Jedi." I was like, "You already said that." "No." He never got to it. The Rise of Skywalker, Caden, by the way.
Skywalker. Man.
But he was like, "It's got to be something about a Jedi." I was like, no. He's like,
I mean, like,
"Is that
it's
the one
about
where-"
a Jedi.
Right.
It just doesn't have the word Jedi.
He was like, "Is that the one where Rey and Kylo fight on that big planet with all the waves?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, and Kylo dies." And I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "What is it called?" I was like, "Yeah, you're not there." I was like,
Star Wars Episode
point
9.
proven.
Kylo dies on wave planets.
I was like, "And I know more than you."
That's funny.
But yeah, anyway.
That's unreal. Yeah, I feel like you have absorbed much Star Wars.
Oh, that's
in
what I
life.
said. I was literally like, Seth is my brother. You think you know more Star Wars than me? You're wrong. I was like, there's not a chance.
You are hopeless in this matter.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I said, give up now.
It's funny. Well, we're going to Cedar Point tomorrow.
Yeah.
We
hard
figured-
pivot.
What'd you say?
Hard pivot.
Yeah, so we figured we'd tell some stories.
We have some.
I do feel like there's just some really classic moments that have happened in that park.
Yeah.
America's Rock and Roller Coaster right on.
Sunday.
It's just one of the best places on earth.
It really is. Which also, we thought Top Thrill 2, the new version of Top Thrill Dragster, was going to be down.
Yeah.
And then on Monday, they brought it back up. So we're hoping that we don't hear another announcement for tomorrow
man.
about how
Please,
it's down
Lord
again.
Jesus, let this ride be up. I will wait 3 hours.
I'm
I don't
so
even care.
excited.
I don't
Yeah,
even
I'm
care.
very excited.
Oh, Top Thrill 2, bro. Let's go.
Which a bunch of people, it's funny to me, like, I don't feel like roller coaster people really comment on Instagram because I've seen videos of Siren's Curse, which is the newest one that's come out this summer.
Yeah, people are like, oh, heck no.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not going in within 500 feet of that death trap. Like, not all the engineering in the world could make me ride that. And I'm like, but you're going to ride any of the other rides there? Like,
right.
It's the same thing.
I know.
I get confused by people that are so afraid of something happening on a roller coaster. Do you know how many times those get ridden and not a single thing happens? Like, it's such an anomaly.
It's like the odds of dying in a car every time you drive are
so
astronomically
much
higher.
No, literally,
than dying
like
on a roller coaster.
crazy higher because you have all the people on the road that could do something dumb that you have no control over.
Yeah.
This is you strap into a machine that is literally made to make sure that you do not leave the machine.
Yeah, it's like strap in, go, and then get back.
Yeah, it's like maximum that you're even on it with the thought of something being able to happen is like, what, 4 minutes? Maybe the longest ride is like 3 or 4.
That would be the longest ride in the world by far.
But like the longest one at Cedar Point is like, what, 3? Steel Vengeance?
No.
It's kind of long. Steel Vengeance is
maybe
pretty long.
Maybe 2.5.
Huh.
Maybe.
But like for a roller coaster, that's long.
Yeah. Yeah, it is long for a roller coaster, yeah. Because I think Millennium is super long. And it's like, what is it?
I'm pretty sure
150?
Steel Vengeance is longer though.
Yeah, I think it is. But
time wise.
Yeah. Ride time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy though. Apparently they updated the climb on Millennium Force.
Wait, what? What do you mean updated? Like how?
Updated it like
faster?
They made it smoother, faster, something. Maybe they
better,
made it take
stronger.
Longer. I don't know. Stronger, better, faster, stronger. Nah, that don't kill me like the Millennium. Will only make me stronger. Get it? Because it's not gonna kill us.
Yeah. Although I black out. Well, I guess that could be my story. Anyway, mine.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh well, I know that this has happened, or maybe does happen to Kiana as well. And
that ride don't make me feel good.
Wait, was that from Kiana?
Yes, that was at Disney World.
Oh my gosh.
Mission
Space.
Mission Space.
That ride don't make me feel good.
That ride don't
so
make
funny.
me feel good.
She just cracks me up. But no, I remember going at one point. The first time I ever read Millennium Force, which is it's like 300 feet roller coaster at Cedar Point. It's blue, and I rode it with our dad. And then, like, there was a bunch of other people also there. But the first time I rode was with our dad. And there's, like, one big first drop. And then it kind of goes right up to, like, another little loop pretty immediately after the first drop.
Quite a tall loop.
Yeah. And not even, like, a loop. It's just, like, another hill, but it's, like, pretty angled.
It's like a tilted hill.
Yeah. And a till. And
Hilted.
But I remember going on it, and I was like at the bottom of that first hill going up the second one, and then for a good chunk of time for the rest of the ride, I like could not see anything. My vision just completely went black.
Like you were conscious and aware of the fact that you couldn't see anything?
Yes, because our dad, I was like, I can't see. And our dad was like, open your eyes. And I was like, they are open. And he was like, what? And I was like, they are open. And then eventually, like, it came back. But that happens to me every time I go on that ride. My vision blacks out.
That's wild.
From the G-force, I guess.
No, that's insane.
On the bottom of that first hill, and for like most of the first like maybe 6 seconds.
You've never seen that from a first person perspective. You only see that, oh, that happens to me.
I guess you're right. Well, I mean, like I do see going down the hill, and it's like midway down the hill that it goes.
But I mean, like the second part, hilted.
Yeah,
and then
Yeah, I guess you're right. I haven't thought about that.
That's
but
interesting.
Yeah, I always black out on that one. Not black out like unconscious, but just my vision.
Black out like your vision is black.
I literally can't see. Eyes wide open, can't see.
That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That's absurd.
And I remember Kiana saying the same thing. I think, unless I'm making that up, which she can tell us later. But I remember her saying that happened to her too. And then when we just went with the interns last summer, I was telling like some of the girls and Cara and stuff that happens. And I almost want to say that Brooke said the same thing happened to her.
Must be a girl thing.
It's like, I feel like at one point I remember looking it up and it was like something about the G-force of it. Like some people.
Wouldn't surprise me.
But isn't that kind of scary that
The
like
G's
something can take away your eyesight for a second?
Yeah.
A little alarming.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I don't know. I still ride it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, so fun. So worth it.
Yeah.
One time, Kiana, I don't know why I started saying Kiana. Probably because we were talking about her. Probably because I think about her all the time because she's a wonderful wife. So one time, Rocco.
Enough about it.
So one time, Rocco and I were in line
one of your friends.
Yeah.
I think you have to like give a little bit of context when you talk about people that
good point.
Random people aren't going to know.
Yeah. So my friend, Rocco.
Kiana is Seth's wife. Rocco is Seth's friend.
There we go. Thanks. So one time, Rocco, my friend, and I we're at Cedar Point, which this used to be our thing.
Tradition.
And we would go multiple times every summer, at least for multiple days when we would go. So we'd be riding rides. Our record is like almost 50 rides in one day.
That's crazy.
Like we only ever would eat one meal.
Wait, but like 50 separate rides or 50 ride times? Like
50 times on a ride.
Okay, gotcha. Because I didn't think there was even enough
absurd.
to do that.
Which is absurd. If you've been to Cedar Point,
that is crazy.
That's
like a sport.
You would consider, wow, what an incredible day of coasters. I can't believe we rode that many rides in one day. If you hit 30. If you hit 30 rides in a day.
30 would be still crazy.
No, 30 was crazy. 30 was our record at one point, and we were like, I remember we had a trip where we hit like 32 or 33 rides in one day, and I remember Rocco and I saying to each other, we'll never break that. And then we hit 50. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. But there was, I have so many stories, just Rocco and I at Cedar Point.
I feel like you've told the one about the water bottle on the podcast.
Well, then I won't tell that one. But there was one time we were in line for Val Raven. And so it was like more recent times, like a few years ago now. But
Val Raven's been out for a hot minute now.
Yeah,
like
it's one of the newer rides it's one of the newer rides in the park though. So Rocco and I were in line for Val Raven.
Okay.
Why tell the story if you're on your phone?
No, I'm looking up when Val Raven came out.
Oh, I see.
And then I'll pay attention.
Oh, I got you. So we're in line, and the ride was like shutting down and then coming back up.
Actually, this is crazy. 2016. It's been It's been a while.
It's been a while
for a whole decade.
A whole decade.
A whole year. Wait.
Sound like
years.
Jude right now. That's my son.
Start doing that for every person we mention.
So anyways, Jessie, my sister. So the story goes that Rocco, my friend, and I were in line for Val Raven, a roller coaster.
All right.
So It was shutting down, coming back online, shutting down, coming back online. We decided like, let's stay in line, see what happens.
Yeah.
And there was this couple right in front of us. And they were, the whole time we were in line, they were just like the handsiest.
There's always that couple in Cedar Point. It's so
crazy.
annoying.
It was absurd. They were the handsiest. They were like all up in each other's business.
The worst is when they start like making out.
Oh, it was everything. It was everything that made you uncomfortable. And so Rocco and I kept having these moments. We were trying to like we get in line and we try to like play games or like do stuff, or we're having conversations.
Yeah, that's like a typical Cedar Point thing.
Yeah. So we're like playing a game. I think we were playing a game where we were naming professional athletes back and forth and going through like an alphabet, whatever. It was fun. But we're like, so we're like trying to like, it's like one of our turn and we're thinking. So we're like thinking, but then, you're just like looking around, taking the sights, whatever, and be like, oh my God.
Taking the sights.
And so so there was, Rocco's always really funny too, the way that he gets you to like see something that he's seen that you haven't seen yet, and he knows you haven't seen it yet. So he'll look at you and be like, and I was just, then whenever I see that look,
flare and
just kind of like
how are you doing that? So that's crazy.
So then that's always, and then he'll always then look whatever the opposite direction of whatever the thing is and smile pretty big. So he'll do like that. So he really consistently. So then that's my cue of like, there's something that way that I haven't seen yet. So I'm standing on the other side of him. So I'll look this way and I'm like, bro, what are we looking at right now?
Crazy.
I'm not even joking. I can't do it really. But the girl was sitting on a step right up at the end of the line where you go up and like get in line.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She's sitting on a step and she got her legs apart like this. He's sitting on the step across from her. She's got her foot in between his legs and he's got his foot in between her legs. And I kid you not, they're caressing each other's private parts with their feet, with their toes.
No freaking way.
In the middle of Cedar Point, in the middle of some steps. I was like, what the is going on?
I would literally be like,
I was literally like, me and Rocco were like getting like, we were to the point where we were laughing so intensely that we were like almost like, I'm almost positive we had tears rolling down our face. It was crazy. Then like later on in the line, because we're kind of like frozen. Like they're not like sitting down doing that while it's like you're moving every few minutes.
Yeah,
like,
no,
we
like
waiting.
you're sitting there. Yeah.
So.
Especially if you're like waiting for the ride to come back. Or
it was absurd. I've never seen PDA like that in my life. It was disgusting.
Rides down? Man, we got like 15 minutes. That's horrible.
It was so bad. So,
oh my gosh, that's crazy.
No, it was nuts.
The way I would be, which also like, I don't know if this is weird to say, wouldn't do that regardless. But like the way I'd be mortified.
Mortified.
It was
horrible.
Sometimes Caden holds my hands and I'm like, we're at church. I'm like, you don't have to do that. Yeah. Which that's not that big a deal. But like,
no, but it was
just
my gosh, it was so funny.
Like the brazenness, is that even the word? I don't know, like the fact that people are so unashamed about certain things. I'm like, you are crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, it was pretty wild. There was more. There was more. He was like giving, then it was like later on they were both standing up and he was like giving her a back rub, but he was like reaching over and like then like touching her chest and stuff, and I was like, dog, what is happening right now?
I feel like I remember as a kid, not like one specific story, but I just feel like I have memories of being at places like Disney World or Cedar Point where like a guy's got an arm around the girl and you're just like, what's that hand doing? Like, that hand's hanging a little low. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that's funny.
But that's crazy. I think I would have said something.
I don't. There's no way. It was too funny, to be honest with you. It was way too funny.
That's crazy. I feel like if we would have been with our Aunt Beth or something, she would have been like, have you heard her farting sign? Her farting noise? Okay, quick little tiny story.
Yeah.
She tells the story about when her and our Uncle Dan, she was pregnant with their first daughter, Esther. And when they were going on a mission trip to China and they were on an airplane and Beth is pregnant and they're on like a super long flight, and they were with one other friend that was like going on this mission trip, and the guy in front of them kept farting on this plane, and it was like really bad, I guess. So Beth, like really loudly, you're gonna love this, she went, "Bing! The captain has now alerted the no farting sign. Please refrain," or something like that. And she went, "Bing!" And the like guy that they were with, their friend, was like, "Beth, like, oh my gosh." I guess the guy stopped. Like, it stopped after that. But she like tells that story all the time. I feel like she would do something like that. Like, "There's no announcement at Cedar Point. If your toes are in your person's crotch, you need to remove them immediately." Like, she would have done something like that.
That would be so
But like, could you imagine
funny.
if you were on an airplane and you weren't the person farting and I heard that? I would be dying.
I would be losing my mind.
I'd be like, "Thank you," from the bottom of my heart.
Yo, when it involves other people and I'm just a bystander, that junk is the funniest
So
thing in
funny.
the world.
Yeah.
Man, that is so funny.
Yeah.
I would be scared to do that.
I know. I was like, "That's
Although,
brave."
Part of me,
But also on an airplane and
Yeah.
you're pregnant,
Yeah, for
like
real.
that would be rough.
bing. That's so good.
I wish I could have heard it with my own ears because I just know her delivery was probably so good.
Man, yeah. It was,
She either did it once or twice, but I remember like she did that, and they
That
like
is
she.
so
I remember her
wild.
saying it worked.
that is so wild. Another story on Val Raven for us, although a lot less like funny, but just crazy, is it was like end of the night. And it was actually the same. It was the trip where we hit 50 for sure. It had to be the same day. I mean, and it was end of the night, and we decided to go ride Val Raven before we then maybe tried to go run to something else. There was nobody left in the park. I even think there was a small portion near the end of the night where it started raining. Not enough for things to completely shut down,
Just like a sprinkler
but
or
enough that
something.
people
Like cleared
left
out.
the park.
Yeah.
And there was still maybe hour, 2 hours
That's
left.
the nice thing about Cedar
Oh, it
Point
was
is if
great.
it rains, people book it out of there.
Yeah, it's
and then
friggin'
it's
awesome.
dead
See you
afterwards.
later. Like, don't let the door hit you or the turnstile hit you on the way out. But so we go to Val Raven, and there's still, I don't know, not an hour. It was, at this point, it was maybe 20 minutes left in the night, maybe 30 minutes left in the night. I don't know. Point is, we get up there, and there's just nobody. It's a ghost. You walk all the way up, and boom, get on the ride. It's like, okay, sick. So we get on the ride. The ride's not even full. We ride the ride. There's this dude, random guy. Every time the Val Raven comes to this one point where it kind of like mid-ride, it comes to a stop before you kind of like go again. It kind of gives you some G-force type stuff, quick turns, blah, blah, blah. Every time it gets to that part, it felt like he was like the Kool-Aid man. Like, and he was like by himself. He was like this older guy. He had really long hair that was like kind of curly. Like, he just looked like, I'm an old guy at Cedar Point by myself,
Just
having the time of my
vibing.
life. Yeah, absolutely.
What a dream.
I know. So, to be clear, I don't want to go to Cedar Point by myself when I'm old.
No, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but like
But
it would
yeah.
be kind of fun almost in a way.
Yeah, no. But, so,
I mean, I don't want to either,
yeah.
but like if that was your only option,
Well,
you'd have fun.
there's more details for his story coming.
Oh,
But,
okay.
all right, so you hear that, right?
Yeah, it's
Every
'cause
time-
it's echoing
Yeah.
off the ukulele.
Yeah. So,
Nah. No, it doesn't do it for me.
yeah.
There it was.
All right, so every time we get to this part, and so I should say the first time we're riding the ride, it gets to this part, the guy goes, "We don't want to stop.
Oh wait,
We want to go."
I think you told this on a podcast episode
Oh,
too.
fair enough.
Because didn't he have a girlfriend like in the park or something like
And
that?
his wife.
Oh yeah. I'm
I'm
really
a-
sorry.
I'm gonna tell it anyway.
Yeah.
So we get done with the ride. We act like we're gonna put stuff away, and then we notice there's not enough people to fill up the next ride. So we act like we're grabbing stuff out of a bin.
just
We're not grabbing
get
anything
back
out of a
on.
bin. We just stick our hands in, pull our hands out of the box. There's nothing in the box,
What's
and we
in
just
the
go sit down
box?
on the ride again in empty seats. We did that. I think the first 3 times we did that, the guy was doing it at the same time. He wasn't with us. He wasn't noticing us. It was just like, the second time through the ride, we hear it from a different row.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to stop. We want to go. He says the same way every time. And we're just like, no way this guy's double dipping with us right now.
That's funny.
And then we triple dip the ride. He's like, he's triple dipping with us right now. It's crazy.
That would
So we
be
look for
really
him. So the
fun.
next time, the quadruple dip, the fourth time on the ride, without getting off the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Or without like leaving the line, getting back in line. Like we're getting out of our seatbelts, pretending to put something in the bucket, and then just sitting right back down in the seat because there's not enough people to fill it.
Yeah.
So we're quadruple dipping, and we purposefully we catch the guy. He looks at us. We look at him. I don't think he knows who we are, or the fact that we've been doing this at the same time as him. But we go and we sit down next to him, and so like we got to the stop part, and we said it with them. We were all like, all there was like, we don't want to stop. We want to go.
That's
it's like,
great.
is it cheesy? Yes. Is it silly? It's just the most nonsensical and like.
That's fun though.
Kind of like obnoxious, to be honest. But at this point, it was like, we have this memory with this dude. Like, he's a stranger. So we ended up talking to him, find out his whole story. We quintuple dipped 5, right? We sextuple dipped. We septuple dipped. We octuple dipped.
Oh my gosh.
What's 9?
I don't even know.
9-tuple. On the
9-lit?
I think it was like on the 9th time, or it was like after 8, before 9, we came back into the station, and one of the workers looked at us like, yeah, what's going on? Like, he didn't say anything, but looked at us like, I see you. I have found you out. Because it's against the rules.
But also, like, it took till 8 or 9 to figure that out.
It might have been. Maybe he noticed after like 6 or 7. I can't remember the exact details.
That's okay.
Point is, we're like, we've done this enough times. The worker looks at us like, we like get up, we pretend to do the thing, and then we just sit back down. And like that same worker comes to buckle us in, and as he buckles us in, he looks at us like he buckles us in. He goes. he just keeps going. We're like,
the little look.
We're like, we love you, bro. So
you're the best.
So Mr. like the Kool-Aid man had left.
Mr. the Kool-Aid.
So basically we were just riding the ride over and over and over again. We end up hitting it 10 times in a row, and our 10th time on the ride without leaving the ride was the last car they sent for the night.
That's so much
It
fun.
was poetic. It was crazy. It was just
moment.
like, no, it was movie worthy. It was phenomenal.
That's really fun.
One of my favorite moments ever.
I have 2 more that I can think of, and then we might need to wrap up, unless you have any like really
I got
good ones.
so
But
many, I don't need to tell them all.
one of mine that I can think of that I was at Cedar Point and you weren't there.
Oh wow.
Was
Lame.
there was I went at this time with my best friend Bella and our friend Gabriella and our other friend Hannah.
Oh yeah.
And just the 4 of us went, and we were walking by Maverick, which is one of the rides kind of north, it's the back of the park at Cedar Point. And there's like the gate and like the little walking, like the lines that are on the outside of the ride. And then there's like lines that go inside the ride too, or like inside the ride area. I don't know how to describe it, but there's like the outside area where you wait, and then there's the inside. And when you walk by the outside area, there's also like a little like fence line, and there's like the back of a building and like some trees and stuff. And we were walking through there, and it was like Bella and Gabriella are walking in front of Hannah and Hannah and I are next to each other. And a bird swoops out of the tree and boom, boom on Hannah and I's head. Like thunk, like hard thunk, like with the claws and everything.
Whoa.
Like it hurt. And I was like, ah. And I was like, oh. And we both looked at each other and we were like, was that a bird? And like Bella and Gabriella like looked back and they're like, what happened? And I'm like, we just got attacked by a bird. And they were like, what are you talking about? Like there's no bird in sight. And we're both like, ah.
Just
like,
gaslighting the crap out of you.
I felt it for like a few minutes afterwards. Like it was a good little, like that thing knocked on my head. And it did it to Anna too. And we both were just like, what the heck was that?
That's
so now every time I've been to Cedar Point with Hannah, which I think is at least once since then. Maybe. I think it's maybe only once. But last time when we went last summer, Hannah and I were like, remember when we got attacked by that bird? Which we were like, what the heck was that? And I remember like as we were walking, we saw the people behind us too be like, ah.
See,
Literally.
It's like the teacher from The Incredibles.
This attack. I don't know how he does it. But yeah, no, literally. And I was like, it genuinely like hurt. Like it felt like it scratched my skull.
That's crazy.
But anyway, and then the other legendary in our family story, I don't even know how to tell this in this amount of time, but we went, me, Seth, Kiana, our cousin Ben's parents, like our aunt and uncle, our cousin Emily, me, my mom, and my dad.
And this was before Kiana and I were married.
No, you were dating. It was in like 2015 or 16.
We might have been engaged.
I don't think so because it was in the summer.
Oh.
And you weren't engaged over a summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah, you're probably right.
Might have been right before you, like the summer before you got engaged.
A few months before. Yeah, it's probably true.
I remember what you were wearing. But,
Me too. Michigan shirt.
Yeah, and your anchor shorts. Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that.
I remember what I was wearing too. And
I don't know.
No, that's fine. I mostly remember because there's a photo, but I also remember because I gave Kiana my zip up sweater at one point during that day.
Oh, nice.
Because she was cold. And it was like a light yellow.
Thanks for taking care of my boo.
Anytime.
Kiana's my wife. Sorry.
But anyway, full family, like our whole family and Ben and Emily and our aunt and uncle. And we went on, well, the whole family was going to go on this ride called Max Air. And by this point in time, I had stopped riding Max Air because I would always feel nauseous afterwards. So I didn't go on it, but everybody else went on the ride. And it's like a swinging back and forth at the same time as it's like a big wheel that's rotating, like a pendulum.
So it's like
kind of.
This.
Yeah. And
wow, that's hard to do with your finger.
Yeah, it is. So you're like sitting on the outside of this big ring, and this ring is rotating as it's also swinging back and forth.
Yeah.
It's really big. Like how many people sit in that thing at a time? Maybe like 50?
It's like either 40, 50, or 60.
Yeah. So I remember I almost went on, and then last minute I didn't go on the ride, and I went and I just sat at the nearby to watch, because you can like see when people go by. And our mom sits down. You guys all sit down. You try to warn her because you see it, but mom doesn't see it. And mom sits down on Max Air and is like, oh, why is this wet? And she sat in puke from somebody.
From another human being.
From another human being. But the story just gets better and better. Like it really is like a comedy movie day.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Because she sits in puke. So then, and when she tells the story, it's so funny
hilarious.
too. Because she talks about, like, she asks, like, she tells the people, and they're like, oh, okay. Like, she's like, can you like clean it? Can you clean me off? Basically, like they had a hose, and she's like, can you just like spray me with the hose? And they're like, no, we can't do that. And she's like covered in puke, so they have like nothing. They like basically offer her nothing except like you can go to customer service and they'll give you like, did they say they'd give her like clothes or something? Yeah. So then she goes to like one of the places. Well, okay, wait, actually, hold on, back up. Gets off the ride, and the ride, like, they have to close the ride and clean it. So then we go into the bathroom so that she can at least, like, clean herself up a little bit before she can then go to...
This was after the new clothes, though, wasn't it?
No. I don't think so. I think this was...
I'm almost positive.
No, because I remember it was the bathroom right by Max Air, that one that's by Gatekeeper and that, like, little Coke place and stuff.
Yeah, but she got the new clothes right by there, too.
No.
Oh. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because the new clothes thing is also a funny part of the story. But we go into the bathroom, and she goes and cleans herself up. I mean, when I tell you I was in tears, like I could not breathe. She walked. I just starts to I tear up just thinking about this moment. She walks out of the bathroom, and the way she described it to me too, because I was standing there, and she goes, ah, and I was like, what? And she. A bird had pooped on her hand.
I was like out in front of
covered in bird poop. She was like, and so I looked at her and she was like, just turns right around, walks back into the bathroom.
She always
and the way she says
so hot.
That was like the funniest thing in the world. Is like, because I mean, we went back to everybody and I was like, you're never gonna believe this. And she's telling the story and she's like, all of a sudden I was like, why is my hand so hot? Looks down, a bird whammied her. Oh my gosh, literally like the most legendary day. And it doesn't even stop there, because then
holy crap,
she was like, okay, whatever, cleans up from the bird poop to the best of her ability, as well as the throw up. Just like got all the bodily fluids in one day. So then goes to customer service. We all went, and all the kids went and just went and rode a bunch of rides.
Yeah.
And all the like our aunt and uncle and my mom and dad went to the customer service. And they're like, the only thing they offer her is like the like tiny booty shorts that say like I love CP on the butt, and like a tiny little tank top. And she's like, I can't wear that. Like my kids are gonna kill me. And so, which we would have been like, what are you wearing? So it's good that she didn't do that. So they were like, well, this is all we have unless you want to go over to the marina. And so she's like, okay. So she goes over to the like marina thing.
Yeah, which is far away.
Yeah, it is. It's like kind of outside the park almost.
It's a great walk.
And
nice walk.
They have like big t-shirts and big like sweatpants shorts and stuff for guys. So she's like, okay. So she buys those, and it's like this huge like t-shirt, these big old baggy shorts that she's got on now. And mom specifically said, gosh, I really hope I don't see anybody I know today. Because it happens at Cedar Point occasionally. We run into people we know, because it's like most people in Michigan, like that's the amusement park you go to.
Almost every
like
time I've been there, I've seen someone I know.
Yeah, it's pretty common. So, which is crazy because it's huge, and it's like it's in Ohio, but anyway.
Yeah. There's also been trips where I see someone I know, even though I know of someone else that's there, and I'm hoping to see them all day long.
Yeah, and then you
I
see
don't
somebody
see
else.
them.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so they give her, she gets the new clothes that are really baggy and big, and she's like, I really hope I don't see anybody I know. They also gave us 2 free fast passes for every guest that was in our party, which was like
a bunch of us.
What, 10 of us or
many
something
of us.
like that? And
that part was great.
I think it was 10 of us. And so she comes, we finally meet up with them hours later. Like it took a long time for them to get all that stuff.
Yeah,
we had probably ridden like every ride in the park by that point.
It was wild.
And then we're over by like where Chick-fil-A was in Cedar Point, and we're like sitting and figuring out like where we're gonna go next. Mom's got her new clothes. The drama of all the craziness is all done and everything. And then my mom describes hearing somebody just be like, Heidi, which is our mom's name. And she's like, oh,
that's
God, like, what the heck? It turns around, and like a couple that we knew from church that used to go to our church are there with their daughter, and they're like, hi, like I almost didn't recognize you. And she's like, are you kidding me? Like, it couldn't have played it out better in a movie.
You already know Mom gave them the whole spiel.
Yeah,
too.
to make sure that they knew, like,
just so
I wouldn't wear this.
Just so you know, the reason I'm wearing this is because
I sat and throw up, and then I got pooped on by a bird. And I refused the booty shorts. So here we are. But
this
yeah,
is wild.
so yeah. And then we like talked to the people that we knew. Do you remember who it was?
No.
I do. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But then we go to Millennium for all of us to ride Millennium, and we used one of our passes. And then I remember as soon as we pulled in, and it's like you walk up the exit basically, and they let you go pretty, like it's like you just get to skip the line because you got a fast pass or whatever. Yep. So we go, and then with Millennium, it's like you exit, and then the car pulls up to where everybody else is waiting to get on. Mm-hmm. So it's like we get in, we ride the ride, and then we're sitting where you should exit. And the guy that was working asked us like, oh, what happened? like, why did you guys get fast pass? We were like, oh, our mom sat and puke and then she got pooped on by a bird, so they gave us these for free. And he was like, oh, go again. We were like, we don't need to use our second one. He's like, no. So 10 of us, like almost the whole
It's like
train,
half.
pulls
Ish.
up, and so all the people that just watched us get on that didn't get to go because we were already loaded in, then we pull up and we go again, and so they're still waiting. And I remember they were like name calling, like tossing stuff at us. I remember like Keanu was wearing my yellow zip up and they said something about like, screw you, yellow sweatshirt, or like something like that, and they're like tossing like wrappers at us and stuff like that. But we were like, our mom sat in puke. And then we rode it twice in a row on one fast pass. So then we got to go use our fast pass for something else.
Friggin' sick.
Yeah, it was a crazy, legendary day at Cedar Point.
Unbelievable.
Legendary.
Unbelievable.
The bird poop part of that story, though, like when I tell you, like I was gasping for air for a hot minute when that
like
happened.
One of the funniest things I've ever heard happen to a human being.
It was just like, could not have been more perfect.
And then the fact that it's mom.
Yeah, and she
so
just gets
good.
herself into those kinds of situations all the time.
It
like
does
she,
seem to happen. To her
she
more
just
than-
like attracts the weird scenarios. And honestly, I feel bad, but also it benefits us because then we laugh super hard and have great stories to tell.
It's incredible.
And also, she takes it like a champ.
No,
like,
she does. She tells the story more than anybody.
Yeah, like she
friggin'
thinks
awesome.
it's so funny. Once it's done, like she's like, that was hilarious.
It's so great. Man, I feel like the best part is too, like, anytime this story is told to any of the Wisconsin family, which is like her family,
Yeah.
they're like laughing at it, but then they're also like not even a little bit surprised because it's mom.
Yeah, right. They're all like, classic
Yep.
Heidi.
Yeah, of course. It's like she had nothing to do with any of it, but it was like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's your life.
That bird poop, that would fall on you.
The bird obviously targeted you because you're you. That's good. It's awesome.
Probably had a big bracelet on. It said, I found my target.
Incredible.
Yeah, she's so funny.
So
oh my
funny.
gosh.
Man, I wish you just would have listened to me, but I'm so glad you didn't listen
No,
to me.
yeah, I know it's tough. It's like could have avoided it, but like in hindsight, I don't think we want to.
No, I'm so glad it all happened.
Yeah.
And also I'm super glad it happened to someone other than me.
Same. Yeah. Honestly, I thought about this like right after it happened too, because I almost went on the ride and then decided not to. And I'm pretty sure she was like sitting in between you and Ben or something like that.
Yeah.
Which probably would have been where I sat. So there's a high chance that if I would have gone on the ride,
The worst
I
part
may
was
have sat in the puke.
I saw it, and it was like as she was like turning around to sit down, I
Which
said,
is-
"Mom, I think I even tried to like stop her physically, but I don't think I could reach or whatever."
Yeah.
But the seat was orange.
Yeah, that
And
was what I was
which is
gonna
why
say.
it kind of
Yeah.
blended in. Like you couldn't see it. The seat
Yeah,
was orange.
because it's like the
seats on
seats
Max Air are
alternated, like
or green.
orange, like teal,
Yeah.
blah blah, and
Yeah,
whatever.
they're like
so.
in sections.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it was
Yeah.
that was the reason she didn't see it, and she sat down in it anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remember being like, no. This is
That's
crazy.
tough.
Yeah, it was so.
Yeah,
so
but yeah,
brutal.
we're going tomorrow, so we'll see if we come back with any stories.
Yeah, I feel like we will.
Yeah.
I feel
at
like
least one or
I
two.
feel like I have so many more, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Can't even fit them all
Part
into.
two
Yeah,
at
we'll
some
do
point.
it at some point.
Yeah,
We're going
to Cedar Point another. You're going at least one more time this summer. I'm going at least one more time this summer as well.
I'll be going a minimum of 3 times this season, like before they
Including
close
tomorrow?
down. Including tomorrow
Yeah.
as one of those 3. I'll probably end up going 4. But
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, if you guys go in the fall, I want to go.
Yeah, we'll go with all of our leaders and invite seniors to skip school too.
What day? Like, what month?
We just picked out a day. We're going. It's during Halloween weekends, but we don't really care.
Oh, so it's like late in October.
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
a Friday.
so I'll be home for my wedding,
Yeah,
my honeymoon.
let's go. Hey, to all you podcast listeners, if you want to see us at Cedar Point, you want us to sign some autographs.
Oh
you
my
you know what I'm
gosh,
saying?
that's crazy.
No, just kidding. Yeah, but we will be there Friday, October 17th.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll
Sick.
put it in my calendar.
I'll put it on my calendar.
Sick.
Sick.
All right, well,
nice.
see you next Sunday.
A great episode of laughs.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
I really enjoy it.
Me too.
All right, bye.
Bye.